Well, went and got us another one. This one on its way to the junkyard for running rough. Runs and idle's great, but once you get going down the road or you rev it up a little, it cuts out. It's probably a fuel issue, but we'll dig into it. Get her unloaded, see what's going on. Alrighty. This one's got 100 and see if I can focus that. 180,000. Let's hear this rough running truck. It's a little rough. Man. And it was gonna go to the scrapyard. It's not even rotted out. It's still got a cab corner. And we love Ford Rangers. Everybody loves Ford Rangers. Who doesn't love a Ford Ranger? But this one was on its way to the junkyard. It had been sitting, wouldn't run. Well, it run, but it ran kind of poor. Yeah, just mistake there. As you can see, she's got a little swamp on her. This old fleet truck. Probably towed behind something at some point, or it got ripped off. Has doors seen better days. Not a whole lot of play, but we'll get some pins on it. But not bad, not bad. We've got some floor repair to do there, but it's got the it's got that aftermarket vinyl floor. Who needs metal? I mean, this stuff that'll hold you up. So we went and picked it up, drove it on a trailer, ran, idled fine, drove right up on the trailer fine. Oh man, see if I could do this with one hand. Oh. Bingo. We get it home, start messing with it. I take it down the road, get it to about 20 miles an hour. It acts like it just straight cuts out. Starts bogging down like it's not getting any fuel. So bring it back here and it'll sit there, it'll idle. You can rev it up and it kind of bogs back down like it's not getting any fuel. So I pull the air cleaner and we find this. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's probably getting fuel, but it's not getting any air. So I flip this dude up like that, leave our smart sensor in there hooked up, fire it up, same problems. So I'm like, okay, all right, well, that's not helping, but it might still be a fuel issue. But my buddy goes, he cleans. I did not notice it at first, but this was all gummed up in here real bad. So he takes the tube apart. Pretty sure it was gummed up clear up into this area. Just all of that rodent condo there. So he cleans all that out. We take the sensor out, we spray it down, get it all cleaned up with some sensor cleaner, get it all back together, and it still sputtered around, putzed around a little bit. Cleared codes on it, and we're off to the races. Took it around the block, took her out on the highway, drives fine, gets up to speed fine. We were running down the highway at 75, so I'd say that's a win. Caught a pretty good deal on it since it was going to the junkyard anyways. But yeah, probably the cheapest, best running Ford Ranger I think we've ever acquired here. So A couple things we're going to do to it. I think I told you guys that. It's a pretty good shape. It's 4-cylinder automatic. We're obviously going to change the air filter. I don't think there's any saving that one. But we went and picked up a pair of doors off a gentleman. Since this door is all dinged up here, we got a pair of white doors. Let's go check out that other one. I think it's all right though. But we got them for 30 bucks, so couldn't complain. I'll take 2 doors, 30 bucks. That's just it's too good of a deal to pass up. Yeah, this one's not bad. Ooh. Now we don't got to replace the door to fix that noise. Yeah, that's what that noise is. We can fix that up. But we'll slap that new door on over there. One of the new doors has a little bit of rust down here in the bottom. We're going to try and do a little at-home repair on. I like to play around in a little body work. It's a little worse than what this one is. This one's in better shape, rust-wise, but not dent-wise. And somebody, this probably wasn't so bad, but someone had tried to repair it here, and didn't pan out so good. They were trying to tack on there and pull it out, which I'm pretty sure, I'm no fabricator, but I'm pretty sure you're probably supposed to take some paint off before you go tacking and pulling, which they may have used a different kind. They may have used something with adhesive and pulled, but at any rate, I think this one's done. Or at least it's beyond my capability to fix. Go back here. Yeah, a little bit coming through. This one's actually not too bad. We got some taillights for it. We're gonna put some OEM taillights back in it. Get rid of these Euros here. Euros are cool until they're not. They always end up at some point separating. The adhesive doesn't hold up. This hole in it doesn't hold up either. That might have been a drain hole though, you know. Some folks don't like having an aquarium in their taillights, some do. But she's in pretty solid shape. Someone already changed both shackles. If you don't know, if you're new to Rangers, those rear shackles rust out all the time. Springs will pop up and go up into your bed there, and then your whole side here will be sagging down. But it's not fun to do a lot of times. It can be a pain, so it's pretty neat that that's already done. Brake lines have already been redone on it at least once, but they're in awesome shape. Yeah, we're gonna need some tirage. They hold air. They'll be good enough for now. We're going to probably end up checking out that oil. It's not bad, but it's when you see stuff like this, it just means there's more neglect. If someone wasn't, checking for something as simple as the air filter, because even if, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, it doesn't have to sit a long time for that to happen, but judging by how filthy it was before that happened, yeah, if someone's not changing the air filter in it, usually the rest of the fluids, who knows when the oil change was done last. We just need to check it all out. Check the date on the battery. Battery runs good, but that'll be another indicator there as well. So she still holds washer fluid, that's good. And the coolant looks like it's in good color. But we ran it enough. I want to make sure it didn't have any overheating issues, had gasket issues, anything like that, and I think we're good. It runs real nice, runs real quiet, smooth, drives straight down the road. It's a fleet truck, so there's no cruise control or any fanciness in there. Got some crank windows and about the most basic radio you could. That's okay. Oh, my first vehicle was one of these, but it was a little older. It was a 2001. It was a 5-speed with the 3.0 in it, but same thing. Oh yeah, you gotta figure out why that's not working either. Can't be having a truck with no tunes. But yeah, basic, plain Jane. Got a little crack up there on the windshield. I don't think we're too concerned about that. And since it's like 102 degrees up here in northern Indiana right now, AC still works. It does need a little juice, but it puts out good enough to get cold. So, you know, it's just not cold. It's at that lukewarm end of the cold. So we're gonna put a little juice in there. It's holding pressure. It's holding enough to get cold still. That means it'll take some. So AC will come around. I'm about sure of it. Not too worried about the heat working right now, but we're just gonna go out on a limb and say it works just fine. But okay, let's see what goodies we got here. All right, looks like picked us up an air filter. Good deal. Oh yeah, transmission fixed it in a bottle. Love it. Yeah, it's always good if something's been sitting. Run a little bit of this through it. I usually do. Depends on how bad it's running. If it's running real rough, we'll start with it. We'll run a little down the booster first, which is, I'm sure a lot of you guys do the same, and the rest of it will go into the tank. But I think we're only sitting at a quarter tank. We might just run all that in the tank this time. We'll see. Got us some door pins. Oh yeah, and some pinstriping, because we are going to match this back on. We're not going to just leave that off. I absolutely hate when people throw a door on or a body part and don't intend on painting it or whatever and don't match it back up. You could tell. You could tell. We're all going to know. We're going to know. I'm going to lose my box. Put that down there. I got us some matching paint for that door. So what I think I'm going to do is it comes up. I'll show you guys here in a minute. But on that other one, that new one, the rust kind of comes up about where this one is, but up in this area here. And I'm going to try and sand it down. It's not rotted through, so I'm going to try and sand it off, give it a little primer, hit it with a little color. This isn't a body shop. I just don't want rusty doors on it. And we got us some newly refurbished taillights off of Chris's truck when he got some Cool Kid taillights, so those are going to go on there and look much better. Okay, we're not going to get anything too crazy today. We're just going to do a quick transmission rebuild because that stuff smells funky. Yeah, it smells like old transmission fluid. It doesn't smell terrible, but I'm going to get my helper here. Left funnel does a great job. You just, put him in there. He does what he's told. Works out good. He's going to do our transmission rebuild. Ooh, that's how warm it is. If you guys have used this stuff, that is how hot it is out here right now. You ever seen Lucas come out of a bottle that easy? Scared to squish it. I might put my fingers through it. Usually I just stick it in here. I don't know if I can, let's try it. I don't know if it's going to back up or not. It's so slow and maple syrup like. You can just stick the bottle in there and let it rebuild. That's the fastest rebuild of everything I've done. Well, while that's rebuild, I'm going to come over here and serve an eviction notice to our buddies who I think have evicted. I hope, maybe not. It is what it is. But yummy. Well, maybe it was squirrels. Maybe it wasn't mice. You never know. Never know. We're gonna get all this cleaned up out of here. Ugh. I think I'm just gonna get the shop vac, a scraper. Fun. Look at that. Rebuild's complete. Man, that's quick. Yeah, it's warm. Do that in the cold and you'll be cutting the end of the bottle open just to let it breathe and get out quicker. Alright, that should help. So it doesn't necessarily have any shifting issues. The fluid is a little old. I'm not going to change it. It did have a hard, hang on here. Did have a hard 1-2 shift, but it did have a hard 1-2 shift when we first got it. But again, with that map sensor being all clogged up like that, not being able to read right, those things will they'll make your vehicle do all kinds of funky stuff, especially depends on the vehicle. So if it can't breathe, as soon as we got it fixed, we had one hard 1-2 shift leaving out of here on the test drive, and that was it. We had a slightly firm shift under hard acceleration out on the highway, which I don't mind that. I'm okay with that. And by firm, I don't mean it slammed. It was just firm. I'm okay with that. But when we came back, we're looping around from the test drive and coming in down the road there, we had no more hard shifting. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say the sensor was causing all that issue. Hopefully well, I mean, it doesn't matter, but we're going to see if we're going to have to get in there and change that sensor, or if it's going to come back around just fine. There was a little bit of, claw to markage on there, so we'll see. If it starts giving us fits again, we'll order up a new sensor. But for now, we're going to roll with that one. It cleaned up fine. It's running fine. Code's not coming back on, and it's not shifting hard at all. It's just shifting normal. But then again, it's a Ranger, and if you know anything about Rangers, our own Ranger, I've never driven 2 automatic Rangers that shift and drive the same. So there's that. They all got their little quirks. They're all a little funky, and most of the time you'll run around chasing all kinds of issues and won't fix anything or make it worse. I think it's just kind of how they are. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish cleaning out this squirrel box here, and got our cat back in there, and we'll go on and we'll get a new air filter put in here. Okay, got this. It was a two-handed job, so you guys got to skip that part. But we're all back together. We're all plugged in. Okay, I thought that was wire. We're hooked up. Our new filter's in there. Our old filter's in there. We're golden. I'm not going to put the Clean Me Up Stuff 3000 in here. I'm just going to put it in the tank. This thing runs way too good for all that. I don't think it's necessary, so we're going to stick that in there. A lot of little gas cap holders these things have. Joking, it's not a gas cap holder, but it works as one. Alright. Oh, good pop. Oh, a little bit of wasp nest in there. Man, I can't wait to get the pressure washer to this thing. I think it's going to look fantastic. Alright, one full can of Rebuild Me. Done and done. I think we're going to put some taillights on. I can't be taking a test drive with... Oh. You know, I hadn't opened the tailgate yet. About as little. Yep, there it is. There it is. Can I get it? No, I can't. Oh man, always something. Always something. Go in here. Don't look at the mess. Ah, yes, right where I left it. We're super organized here, if you're wondering. Alright, let's see if I can do this one hand. You guys might have to just look at the bed for a minute. Oh, maybe. That was a good pop. And now this side doesn't want to pop. Maybe it doesn't need to pop. Let's try that again. Just kind of lift. It's like a intricate game of bop it. Alright, you guys are going to have to look at the bed again. We'll get this. I think the problem was I got its pop. What I needed to do is hold it like that. Negative. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna tear this apart. Okay, turns out all I had to do is put the camera down. Gotta give it the test pulse, make sure it's gonna work. Okay, you're already missing one there. So let's just take out this guy. Oh, got a spinner. Yeah, we salvaged one. Let's see what's going on here. Got it going on here. Let's come out here and get the outside. Guys. Yeah, I didn't quite get this one. There it goes. We already, you don't want to spin, but you don't want to let go. That's cool. We already tested these. Always test your lights before you change your lights. Not that I've, changed my lights before without testing them or anything. But yeah, test your lights before you change your lights in case you gotta change your bulbs. Minor oversight. Oh. I always love taking these off because a good chunk of the time it's always like construction screws and drywall screws and whatever screws. Which, I mean, I'm not judging. You gotta do what you gotta do. When you get new cool taillights in the mail, white on top, black on bottom. When you get cool new taillights in the mail and you go to put them on and you ain't got the right screws, I mean, you gotta get them boys on there. Oh, let go. Come on. Why are you fighting me so hard? There it goes. Can't be too hard on the Euros. I put them on so much stuff, it's not even funny. There we go. Oh yeah, these are gonna look good. What's going on here? Reverse is on top there. Yeah, that looks about right. I think I'm gonna set you guys up here on this little tripod, dude. Oh man, and if you need it, they are marked right, left. That way you don't put them in wrong. It happens sometimes. And I always hated that game where you gotta fit the right size shapes through the right holes. As a kid, I was never any good at it. That's for them smart kids. Oh, your guide holes. There we go. That's better. I'll put these OEM screws back in. Don't run them. Clear home. You break your tail lights. Ask me how I know. Well, ask like 16-year-old me how you know, how I know. Oof. I did it right. Fish this guy out of here. I want to put him up here. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do this one. Ah. Come on. Come on now. one of those you gotta take the dude off for. I think it is. It wasn't like that on the other side. Look at that. Gotta be smarter than the plug. It's ready to pop back out there. Oh man, is it toasty today. It's got the real feels of, last I checked, like 104. I know, it's a lot hotter in other places, but we're not used to that up here. We're used to freezing to death. I take that back. It gets hot up here. I just don't want it to be. Alright, yep, closing the tailgate. Wow, it closes good. It just needs a new latch. We can get that ironed out. I'm gonna put this guy away. I don't like leaving these guys out in the heat if I can help it. Oh, put him on his workbench here. This will probably be something we'll put in a video here after a little while. I just picked this up the other day. Well, actually, yesterday or the day before, and yeah, still checking it out and diagnosing it. But hey, looks like some fun. All right. We're not going to swap the doors right now. We're just doing mechanical today. I think it's about time to get out of this heat. But not before we do test drive. Can't be fixing stuff without test driving it. Oh, there we go. Go. Oh yeah, let her get settled in. Let's roll the windows down. Yeah, I never did mind crank windows. I've replaced the wiring, the motor, the regulator on that driver. They've all been replaced, but on that driver door, and it just creeps. Just keeps creeping. So I don't know. It closes, it opens, but it, these don't usually break. The only thing that's gonna break on one of these is gonna be this. You ever pick up like an old Ford or square body or something like that, that's probably held on by hopes, dreams, bubble gum, or it's just not there anymore. Or it's got a pair of vice grips clamped on it. But let's see here, still no codes, so we've got about 10 miles after we just did the clean out and ran it with no filter. Now we got a filter. We'll let it figure itself out there. Oh, yep, there she goes. She's idling down. I should have added some AC juice, but I didn't. That would have been a good time to test that. Well, with how hot it is, we get on the highway, we'll kick it on, and if it starts to cool down in this weather, that's definitely salvageable. Alright. Pull out here. She's got some squeaks and squiggles and all that fun stuff. Rides like a Ford Ranger. Oh, it feels much better in here now to get moving down the road. Oh boy. shake. I imagine that's from those sad excuses tires we're rolling on here right now, but let's do there we go. Oh yeah. She rides straight and solid. A lot happier on the shifting. Much better. Turn on some AC here after I make the turn. Solid brakes. Ford Rangers always have good brakes though. Okie dokie. Seatbelt's got me. So again, we know it's weak, so I'm just gonna kick it on. All the blower settings work, man. Let's give it some ARP runs and see what we get. I feel like it's trying, but we're basically went from hot air to we go low into lukewarm air. But again, it's about 104 outside right now, so let's see where we end up here when we pull back in. Okay, so here's the new door going on the driver's side. This is that rust I'm talking about here. That should be a piece of cake to clean up. It is all of this that I'm a little concerned about. It's like it's splatter from something that was probably, it's not spray paint, put it that way. It's not spray paint. So we're gonna see what we can do to get that off. So I got the door drying, another coat of paint on it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get some soap on here and get the swamp cleaned up off this thing. Much better. She cleans up pretty nice. Got the lower valance coming in. Doors in there curing. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the wheels. We've got some new tires to put on it though. These have seen better days, a little weather checked. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I want to try and clean up these wheels or what. We'll see. Alright, Chris is giving it the last round of buffing. We're going to take this thing, go slap it on there, see how bad it doesn't match.
Be better than what's on there.
Alright guys, there's the finished product. Got our valance on, colored up the wheels, put some new tires on it. Little polish work should come around. Not bad for a little bit of work. A little bit of rust here and there, but ready to go. Ready to go.